Mission Impossible actress Haylet Atwell recently admitted that Hollywood is, quote, an industry on its knees. This is coming amid the Writers Guild of America strike as well as the SAG-AFTRA strike. Atwell, who is part of Equity UK, the British version of SAG-AFTRA, they also marched and are basically striking in solidarity with SAG-AFTRA over here in the United States. And she spoke with Deadline alongside Brian Cox and David Oyelowo. I'm probably pronouncing this wrong, but they mainly were pointing out the issue with healthcare with SAG-AFTRA and that a lot of actors in the SAG-AFTRA are trying to negotiate for healthcare benefits. So Cox points out SAG is an excellent union, but in the U.S. we don't have a national health service. So what is important to SAG actors is health, and they need that. That's why they need their residuals. So he's pointing out that they're trying to negotiate these residuals so that they can then pay for health care for them and their family. That is why he's pointing out that is one of the reasons why they're trying to negotiate for these residuals on streaming. And then we had Haylet Atwell point out this stat saying 87% of SAG-AFTRA members don't earn enough to qualify for health insurance. She then said there is an illusion that if you're seen on telly that you're fine, but for most people that is not the case. This is not an industry that is thriving. It is an industry on its knees, she then asserted. Bold claim there. So then David Oyelowo then expanded kind of on Cox's comment, saying the gap between the haves and the have-nots in our industry is widening at an alarming rate. The business has continued to evolve, and the means of remunerating the people who actually make the stuff isn't catching up with the evolution. So those are some comments from Haylet Atwell. I do think that these actors and writers do have something on their side. The studios should be paying just wages to them. That is their moral responsibility. And I think greed has kind of taken control of this industry, and you're seeing that. And I do think that's on the actors' end too. You do have the big stars that I think are getting like these massive contracts, and maybe they shouldn't be getting those contracts that they're getting. Maybe spread that around to some of the supporting actors and actresses that are also bringing those films to life and the television shows to life. So I think there is something to that, and I think as well that they probably have to bring down the costs on all these productions in general. Way overinflated budgets. I mean, we had Katie Sackhoff talking about spending more on the catering budget for The Mandalorian than on the entire Battlestar Galactica. So maybe figuring out, maybe you shouldn't be spending such big costs on the catering budget and maybe spending that on your actual actors and actresses that are bringing these projects to life. So I think there's a lot of things that they can change. And I do think that Haylet Atwell is pointing out that this industry is indeed on its knees. We're seeing that a lot on the box office with the cost-cutting measures and everything like that. The overinflated budgets, they're not being able to make any money off of these films. And then obviously you're having the issues with actors not being able to pay for healthcare. Definitely some big issues here. And we'll see if they get it resolved. But a lot of people are thinking that it might not get resolved until Christmas, and then they're predicting that if it doesn't get resolved until then, we could see an entire collapse of the industry.